Good day to you all, and today I bring you a no BS TLDR guide to the Wings of Fate quest. This quest is long, but not hard, and it rewards you with a cape that adds black and red wings behind you and stats that grow with you up to level 150. I will also talk about the Threads of Fate at the end of this guide, which is a separate UI that can increase the stats of the Wings of Fate, albeit at an intense time suck. I'll be skipping through the reading of story quests here, as I've done this now about 4 times, just don't want to read it again. And the total amount of time you'll spend in this quest line is 90 to 120 minutes if you skip everything and go as fast as possible. If you read everything, you're looking at 2 to 2.5 hours. Let's do it! Here in the first section, you'll go ahead and accept the Kino Konoko's quest from the quest notifier on the left side. Then you'll talk to Kino Konoko, accept her quest, and then follow the arrows through the portals. Basically, a battle happened here, and you'll go into the right portal on this section of the map. Instead of that middle one, you'll come back to that middle one later. You do have to click where it says click, otherwise it won't let you progress through the portals. As you can see here, Bunburu Tanuki does not like humans, and so once you get through all the talking here, you'll talk to him again, and then start a little boss battle. Once you're done with the boss battle, you'll go through the rest of the talking, and then you'll have to speak with Kino Konoko, who is going to appear in the portal to the left. After you speak with her, you'll have to go through the room to the left and the room to the right and click on the 4 lanterns. And once that is completed, you'll speak with Kino Konoko again, and then there'll be some extra story exposition, letting you know a little bit about her, and as you get through that, you'll receive the flame element, which is 1 of 5. Section 2 begins with very similar things. You'll be speaking to Kino Konoko, and then you'll go into the left portal and follow the arrow. This will take you to the same room you went to last time, except instead of the right portal, you'll be going into the middle portal on the top of the hill. Section 2 will introduce a couple new characters. So first one is Ibaraki, and you've got to go ahead and protect him from the Oni that are attacking him. Once done, you can skip through that if you want, or you can read it. You'll accept this quest and go through the portal. And then in this room, there's going to be 3 levels of enemies. There'll be different kinds of Onis. What you'll need to do is collect 5 masks from each different type, and then click on each of the 3 statues on the right side. Once that's completed, go into the portal up at the top right. And then once you get there, you'll be introduced to yet another character, and you'll have to perform yet another protection sequence. After more dialogue, you'll be introduced to a room with a bunch of random portals in it. The idea is to get to the top right portal. If you go into the wrong portal, like I do here on my first try, it'll take you to a room like this where you have to actually kill the enemies to proceed. If you follow my path here, you'll see how to get to that right platform easily. Once you've reached the top right portal, you'll have a little bit more exposition on how Ibaraki found the person he's looking for, but this person is now transformed, and you must defeat Gyuki. Once you defeat Gyuki, you'll have some more dialogue and maybe some quick time events with spacebar, but that will be the end of it, and you'll get the metal element. The third element is going to be the water element. All you'll need to do is go ahead and follow the arrow to where you need to go. And once you get there, I would recommend that you stop in this room called Neglected Cemetery and kill enough of the lost specters so that you get 60 of the tablecloths and 1 Gospel of New. This will help you immensely with a couple of quests that happen later from NPCs and make things go just a little bit smoother. As you continue moving to the right, you'll come across where Nu is having a weird storming with his ghosty boys. Once you skip through all the exposition, you'll be teleported back to Kino Konoko. You'll tell her what's going on, then you'll select Tengu or Ken Kamaitachi to take with you, then Kino Konoko teleports you back. Then you go in again, and then go into the middle portal. From there, you'll accept all of the missions and complete them as they go. This is why I told you to get the 60 tablecloths, because you can finish 2 of the missions in here with the tablecloth and the Gospel of New. Once you've gone through all the missions, you'll talk to the Spectre at the bottom, and then go into the portal in the right, which will allow you to start killing some silver snakes to get some poison. That poison you'll give to the Spectre, who will give you the unholy water that you can give to the little mini Spectre to the left of the lost Spectre. Once you give the unholy water to the mini Spectre there, instead of it giving him better skin like he wants, it'll actually transform him and you'll have to fight him. Once you're done fighting him, you'll talk to Ibaraki and be interrupted in the middle by some warriors that you'll have to defeat. Once those warriors are defeated, you'll speak with Tengu that will actually go over all the evidence so far that you've found. You'll have to click through all of it since there's no way around that, unfortunately. You can't just click I don't know to be able to move on since you know the answers. If you just hold spacebar, you'll get through all of the information faster. Once you get through all the information, you'll want to select Sneak in and get information or evidence. Once you've done that, it'll teleport you outside, and then you have to go back inside. However, now the inside is now a horrible jump quest. Now I say horrible just because jump quests in general I find annoying, but this jump quest isn't that bad. There's only really one path you can take, and there's only a few enemies, and it's not very long. So enjoy! Once you get to the end of the jump quest, you'll come to the sermon room again, and you'll go into the left portal. The left portal you'll realize is actually someone's room, and you'll take the evidence that's in this room that mentions that Nu is actually a 12-year-old kid. Once out of the middle portal, you'll go into the right portal. Inside this room, there'll be 2 pieces of information. One of them is a ledger, and one of them is the recipe for the unholy water. You'll want to select the ledger so that you can use that as evidence for later. After realizing you've got New on the run, it'll send you back out and then you have to go back in. However, this time, after all that exposition that happened earlier, you have to go through the jump quest with less obstacles, so there's less enemies walking around. It's just a little bit easier. As you get close to the end, you'll actually be set in a trap from the Captain Spectre. He'll actually start chasing you with a fat tongue lantern. It's kind of wild, actually. And even though this says 5 minutes, really it's only about a minute and a half. All you have to do is kill the enemies that appear in front of you 4 or 5 times, and you're off scot-free. Once you get done with the fat tongue lantern trying to lick you to death, all you have to do is click on New to start the trial. There's only 2 selections you have to make, and one is that you doubt that he has been to the Abyss and back, and for the evidence you'll choose New's birthday party. After another insane amount of exposition and learning that Kamatachi and Kubinashi hate each other's guts, you'll appear back at the Mushroom Shrine with the water element. Number 3 down. The 4th element is going to be the Earth element, and this one is full of so much exposition and small jump quests and fetch quests that you have to do. Once you get through the exposition, you'll first talk to Kino Konoko to start the quest. Then you go to Ibaraki and Kamaitachi. They both have their own methods of getting the element. Ibaraki wants money, Kamaitachi wants to try Dango. So once you accept the quest, you'll jump down, grab the Dango, talk to Kamaitachi, then talk to Izuna to get started. Once you do, you'll have to go through 3 rooms of defeating all of the fox bandits in each room to arrive at the mountainside. Once you arrive at the mountainside, you'll talk to Ibaraki and give him 50,000 mesos so he can try it out. You can't give him any less than that, I've tried. Once they realize that doesn't work, we try a different method that Izuna wants to do. Now this room is going to be home to about 5 different missions, unfortunately. The first one is going to the top right and doing a jump quest that's in 2 rooms. It's extremely easy, nothing much to worry about there. After some more exposition, the second fetch quest is going to be going into a portal that's a little bit closer to you and grabbing 30 rocks. Once the rocks are grabbed and there's more exposition, you'll go over to the left for the next mission, which is going to be eliminating Yakuza and grabbing a flower. Once that's done, you'll once again scroll through some more exposition and you'll accompany the fox bandits over to the Yakuza to defeat some more Yakuza. Once that's complete, you go to the 5th fetch quest, which is helping this little child get her doll back. You go into the bottom right, get to the top, defeat the Oni at the top, and grab the doll from there. Once again, after a crap ton of exposition, you'll get to the point where you can accept the quest from New. It'll start a boss battle where you defeat Kurama's inner demons. Once that is done, you will have the Earth element and you can go back to Kino Konoko. The 5th element, which is the wood element, of course, is started by talking to Kino Konoko. This will send you into the past where you have to pass a few tests. The first test is casting aside your obsession, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but realistically all you have to do is actually go into the portal, sit there and don't move at all, don't attack, don't do anything for about 40 seconds. Once that's complete, you'll talk to Yorozu, and you'll complete the test of insight. The test of insight, all it requires you to do is click the NPC that's different from the rest. Once that's done, you'll go into the right and you'll do the test of anguish. The test of anguish, all it requires you to do is to eliminate all enemies on the map at one time. However, all the enemies don't spawn immediately. You'll need to wait about 30 to 45 seconds and wait for the big crow to spawn, and once that does, you can eliminate everything all at once. Once that's done, there will be a couple of memories you'll need to go through. There's kind of some colored portals. The top left one is going to be yellow. You'll go through that one first. This one is similar to one of the tests you did. You'll just have to wait for the big crow to spawn and then eliminate them all at once. Once done, you'll come outside and go into the red portal for the next memory. The red portal for the next memory is a jump quest. All you have to do is get away from Ginkgo Biloba and go all the way to the left side into the portal and not touch one of the purple guys that are walking around there on the ground. Once you get through, you'll go to the blue portal. The blue portal is yet another memory, this time of a monk who needs to go gather cucumbers, but then stops to give those cucumbers to a starving animal. Of course, when he goes and gives those cucumbers to the starving animal in the green portal, Tengu and the other monks are angry they can't do their ritual, and they punish him for it. The punishment here is interesting. It's another trial, but it doesn't really tell you what to do. So in the final memory here, you actually have to lose a certain amount of your health. So it's about a third, I believe, of your health. So you just wait, don't heal, just wait around. Eventually you'll get there and you'll get to leave. Once the fourth memory has completed, you go into the middle portal and you'll be able to face Tengu. So you made it to Tengu, congratulations, we are almost to the end. This boss, theoretically, is actually pretty interesting. You do damage with a quick time event instead of actually hitting the boss. The only problem is that because it's a quick time event, this boss takes a minimum of 10 minutes, even if you don't miss any of the quick time events or die at all. And it's likely you'll probably die once or twice if you just get unlucky when trying to trigger said quick time event. So this boss has a couple of attacks. Only one of them is a one-hit kill that I'm aware of. The first one is that tornado. He'll go to one side and just try to blow you into the tornado. That does not do very much damage. The second attack, which you'll see here, is when he actually jumps up and flies away, and he'll start slashing the ground around you. All you have to do is stay away from where it's marked on the ground, and then he'll jump and fly from the background to the foreground. That one you will want to be very careful of. When he flies from the background to the foreground, that is a one-hit kill if you're standing in the middle. So all you have to do is jump off to the right or left side outside of the middle, and you're good to go. To actually start the quick time event, he'll land after he goes from the background to the foreground, and he'll see a purple beam of light around him. You need to go into that beam of light and jam on the spacebar. When you jam on the spacebar, it will start the quick time event, and then you'll press one of the 4 cardinal directions along with the spacebar to do damage. This will be done 8 to 10 times each sequence, and you have to eat that sequence 8 to 10 times to kill the boss. That purple beam of light will usually come in when he lands, although there are other times when it will come up. So what I like to do is stay kind of on the right side where that lantern is, on the right side, not the lit one, but the unlit one. So that's just to the left of the little house there. And I'll just sit there and hold spacebar to get it in there. It doesn't always work, and when he comes down from the background to the foreground and lands, he does do an attack, so you want to make sure you're at full health so you don't die. He does have one more attack where he'll glow green and he'll kind of scream is what I'm going to call it. But it really doesn't do that much damage. It was only doing about 1,000 to me. So all you have to do is jump away from him and then jump back and you're good to go to avoid that. The last thing I want to mention is that if you stand right in the middle of the purple beam of light, he does have an attack where he can stick you into the ground. If he does stick you into the ground, you'll have to hit back and forth on your directional keys to get out, and usually that will end the quick time. This is the reason why I like to stand kind of off to the side where the lantern is, because he usually attacks directly beneath him and not off to the right, so even if he hits you off to the right, it almost never sticks you into the ground. And frankly, that's really it. All you have to do is repeat this about 8 to 10 times, and you will be done. At the end, there will be more exposition, another quick time event where you have to hit spacebar a bunch of times, and you will receive the wood element. Alright, so the final section is going to be 98% exposition and 2% you fighting a final boss. So basically in this section, Gengo Biloba steals all of the elements and then tries to do dirty things to Kino Konoko, and all you have to do is skip through or read all the exposition and then fight Genko once, and that's it. You're done. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the end where you actually get the wings and after everything is over, because I don't really want to have to subject you in this video to having to watch all the exposition. So for making it this far, you deserve a gold star. Congratulations for getting through this big freaking monster of a quest line. Feel free to talk to Kino Konoko to get your medal. It's a temporary medal, but it is a really good medal. And then once you're done equipping that, go on over to Tengu on the right side and click on the Wings of Fate, and he'll tell you about the Wings of Fate if you want to listen to an explanation of it, but I'm actually going to give you an explanation in the next section right after this, so you don't have to read that if you don't want to. He'll go ahead and give you the wings, and then if you don't like the roll on the wings, you can just drop it, and then click on him again, and he'll give you a whole new Wings of Fate with a new roll on it. The final section is the Threads of Fate, and this is a separate UI window that you can use to equip members of the Mushroom Shrine Tails. These equips combine to give stat upgrades to your Wings of Fate when you equip 3 of them together. On their own, they do not provide a bonus. You'll start with 6 unlocked, and can unlock more by raising their closeness and then finishing their quest. For example, you'll need 50 closeness with Ibaraki to finish his quest to unlock Nu as a character on the board. To raise closeness, you can give gifts, talk with them, or finish Tengu boss runs by clicking on Tengu on the right side of the shrine. I will list the conversation pathways in the description and comments of this video of what I was able to find and try on my own. Each pathway that you try gives 3 closeness to the character you talk with or give a gift, with the exception of the Tengu boss battle, which allows you to pick which NPC you want to give that 3 closeness to. Gifts can be given once per day, talking can be done once per hour, and Tengu boss battles can be done 5 times per day. Though keep in mind that the Tengu boss battle takes on average 10 minutes, so it's a huge time sink. You can bring other members of a party to make it go faster though, which is nice. And one last thing I don't want to forget, you can get a Tengu Chair from doing Tengu at least once. I tried it out to see what would happen, and I got a chair for my home on the first try, so it's for your home furnishings, it's not for your character. Closeness decays by 3 every day, so this will be something you'll be forced to do every day to keep your closeness at the max of 100 to keep the max bonuses. At 50 closeness, you won't be able to talk to NPCs anymore for closeness, only gifts and Tengu boss battles. At 70 closeness, you'll receive skills from each equipped NPC, and I'll list those in the description of this video as well. I do not unfortunately have any of those unlocked because my closeness isn't high enough. At 100 closeness for all 3 NPCs, you'll be able to receive the max bonuses for whatever combination you're using, and I will list those in the description or comments as well, so you can take a look. Guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for checking out my video. I know this video is a bit rougher around the edges, but I really wanted to do a long form type of guide so that I could get some practice for it in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to let me know that I should keep doing this. And make sure to comment down in the comments if there's anything specific you want to see guide-wise, and I'll be happy to make it. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in the next video.